which you prefer, theatre or TV and films? And why?
I used to love theatre a lot because of the live experience, the adrenaline rush, and the process too. You really get to dig deep into the character, and honestly, when you're on the stage, like what you guys know, you know it's your journey. You own it. The director can't do anything about it. Well, maybe after the show is over, can come and give you some notes and stuff, but it's basically in your control. I would still say that I love theatre. TV is, how shall I say this? I enjoy TV too, but it's more of a form of getting myself known so that people don't forget me. Thus creating more work for myself. I would love to be in a film, only because it's such a short, concentrated project. And yeah, just to see yourself on the big screen too. It's a whole different feeling. But I think that at the end of the day, acting is acting is acting. In front of the camera, on stage, it's still acting. And yeah, in a nutshell, I just enjoy acting. Yes.
How do you see the schools moving forward in the field of acting since you first started in the schools?
Oh, there's a lot of headway, I would say. On many levels, if you look at it, SOTA, LaSalle, and everything, they're there, so people can choose the different.
I'm talking about the mainstream schools.
The mainstream schools, I was getting there too, so that's the other level. I think the NAC is doing a lot now to actually incorporate the arts, which includes drama, into their curriculum. It's starting to change, and it's nice to see it happening. And Chandra and I are really happy to be actually there and involved in the school process.
Now they have started the mentoring process, artist mentor. I just came from that this morning, so I work with primary schools, with teachers, to use drama, theatre as a tool in education. So, and I think with National Arts Council, we are starting even with a younger age group, preschoolers.
What about like big scale production, at the school level, where you want to take them through and then they land up with a celebration, play performance? Are they moving forward in that direction?
That one, slowly. We have done 2 productions actually with Epic PhD Center. These are preschoolers with special needs. So our role is basically to be the consultant, provide them with the script, and facilitate them through this whole process of actually staging it for a public performance, and this actually came on to watch it as well. We also got involved in one with Townsend APSN, and helping them to stage the whole same process. But I think the main concern there in staging such productions is budget, cost. So little by little, I think kind of headway, but not in a tidal wave yet. Yeah, I think it's still very much on the curriculum level. Bumps on seats, getting bumps on seats is always quite a huge challenge. We're competing with, big productions like your Lion King, like your Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that. But I think it is improving though. Yes, it is. I mean, Wild Rice stages productions, they have sell-out audiences.
It's some dollies,
yeah.
And the price tag's not cheap either.
Yeah, people are willing to pay. So I think there is a place for local productions, very much so. And sometimes it's just the chemistry and everything. Who knows? Yeah.
With like YouTube and Facebook, we don't really need to rely on this one TV station in Singapore. I mean, you have a lot of YouTube successes, that they are being picked, like Jack News Production, they pick their actors, some of them from these YouTube channels. So does it mean that, the path for an actor has expanded?
Oh, definitely.
And it really helped them in their career?
Oh, definitely. So again, to reiterate, this is just my journey, and I come from a second generation. So some of the challenges here are very much part of my generation, what we experienced, but in today's situation, they're so savvy, they've got so many opportunities rather than following a set path. And I think at the core of it too, in the creative field, it's not like a corporate, it's not like in the corporate world where it's fixed. You get this position, then you get this position, you do this, and you achieve that. Here, it's pretty much, you get the training, you have the passion, you just expose yourself, and you just create your own path. There is no rule. Yeah.
So how has these technologies changed the way you market your image?
So, because I still come from that generation where, it's all about, it's less technology based and using all these YouTubes and things like this. I don't actively go out and seek those kind of platforms to sell myself. I still stick to my model, my old model, whereby I operate mainly through Fly. And social media, Instagram and stuff, I use it to kind of share myself, but not, again, to pursue, because I guess I'm at a different stage of my career now. I want to continue acting, but it's for a different reason.
I'm an actor myself. I'm also a much a late bloomer compared to Amy. Amy is considered a veteran. I only started acting when I was in my 40s. So I'm now 52. So it's for the last 6-7 years. And I totally agree what Amy has put up in her list of things that she has gone through. I'm also going through the same thing, questions and stuff, the inner demons and stuff. But I'm lucky, I'm a very tech-savvy person. I can teach you a few things on the marketing side. Now, one thing, the internet is is a new booming things that as an actor myself, we are our own CEO, our own boss, so we manage ourselves. So you really need to get yourself out there. Now, besides the one station that gives you the exposure, you really need to get YouTube and stuff out there. That means your work, your show reel, whatever, post it on YouTube, on Facebook, and then you have your networking of friends. Networking, like you said, networking. Facebook is also good for networking. Instagram. Now, a lot of people got famous through all these things. Likewise, as our own managers or CEO, we can do the same thing. But of course, that will require some kind of savviness in internet in terms of getting to know all the technologies, which not everybody are familiar with. There's no hard and fast rule. I can't give you an answer that, well, you must go and learn. I can say just go and learn, but I can understand that not everybody knows how to do it. Even the youngsters themselves don't do it. But yeah. but it's a necessary thing that either we do it ourselves or we have someone do it for us. Now, one other thing that I need to highlight, which you brought up, the internet as how does it affect the climate or here in acting. Now, what I noticed is a lot of the production company right now, when they and also the schools. I know there are a lot of academies here, so I'm not trying to offend you, but the schools also have a part to play in helping actors like us. Now, what happened here is I get calls from student productions, poly students, or the LaSalle, and whenever they call up, they say, "Hi, we have a project. We can't pay you. We can only pay you transport and meals. But we need like 3 days, 4 days of your time." So for us as a freelancer, full-time freelancer, acting and doing our own thing, we can't really afford to do it for free because we have our bills, your kids, schools and everything. So as much as we want to help the students, we want to do pro bono, but pro bono is case-by-case basis, right? And some students really need our help, but sometimes even when they help, we know that the scripts are lousy, the bad. So there are a lot of other variables that comes in. So the schools can actually help to educate the students how they can also look at a minimal payment, not just free. You know, as much as you want to do transport and meals, but there are bills that we need to survive on because we are working long hours for the students. But of course, I can't say for everybody. I can only speak on my views. And as much as we want to help, I always tell myself I want to help students. In fact, I actually hone my skills through student projects. And then come the next thing is, because of YouTube, because of internet, a lot of production companies turns around and say, hey, the production value is low. I don't have to pay an agency to get my TV commercial on screen, on the TV, on the movies, on the theaters, whatever. So the production value is low. I got low budget, so let's go YouTube. But YouTube don't do a 30-second commercials. They will do like webisode, you know, the webisode or some kind of a docu-drama or whatever that takes some time. So the shooting hour is long, but they'll tell you the same question we get every day. We got a project, but the budget is very tight. So this question, whenever it comes to us, we have to scratch our head and ask ourselves, do we want to work at that kind of rate? And the rates are getting lower and lower. So the production company aren't helping us much. So if this trend keep going on because of low production, low budget, eventually we actors cannot survive. We cannot act. Even we have passion, we are going to die hungry. So this is just my view, and I'm sharing. And I was wanting to ask you, Amy, like how, as a veteran, how can veterans who have been many years in the industry helps actors like ourselves to survive? How can we change the environment to make it conducive for actors to survive in the industry?
It's been an age-old question.
So I hope the academies can help to come up with a thing that we want to contribute ourselves to the art of acting and stuff, and we get jobs. We do get jobs, but the jobs really are getting, the rates are getting very bad. And then of course there are more and more schools coming up that they come out independent. They take very low budget work, and then they end up, actors actually are the lowest rank of the pie, because you have people trying to be agent, trying to introduce actors, and then say we take a cut 20%, and some even ask 40%. I was like, what? Just to introduce me for the job, you're taking 40%, and without doing anything else. You just found my name in some list, you know, some actors list. So these are things that is really, really something that we need to look into. I hope the schools or academies can look into that.
Yeah, I just follow up on that.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the questions I wanted to ask was that now with schools, you have SOTA, you have LaSalle and all of that. Singapore, as you already mentioned, is a really small market for entertainment, for actors themselves, with more and more people sort of entering the industry, acting. Does it actually make it more competitive then? Does the market get even smaller, the pie? And therefore, as you say, maybe the rate's getting lesser because suddenly I have more options for this one role. I mean, is that a problem? Can the market support so many people?
Yeah, it is one of the problems. It is very much one of the problems.
I think I'm lucky in a sense because we don't have many 40 plus 50-year-old guys working as actors full-time. Most of them are the younger ones facing such competition, the 20s, the 30s. So like you say, if you compare with my peers, if I'm acting, you know, my peers are in the corporate world, they are earning 4 or 5 figure numbers, and we are not. So for me, I can't speak for the rest, but I'm just saying that to somewhat it does affect some the students coming up. But of course, there are a lot of people who are willing to do work for free. Just like some production company will go and ask their friends to say, hey, I need some extra, someone to the background, or someone just to say, to save costs. So the costs also affect the quality of production, because they just get anyone who may not know how to act. And actually myself, I was paid actors in a, well, I cannot say the company name, but I was only one of these paid actors in a YouTube webisode for 4 episodes, and all the other actors that are there are all the company staff. I was the only paid actors, and was the cameraman and the assistant. There are only like 2 or 3 persons involved in a very small production. So that is the kind of thing they are doing now. It's almost like guerrilla work, you know. Just
yeah, I've been on a shoot where you just have the photographer. What do you call it?
DOP.
DOP, yes. DOP was also the lighting person. Was also the sound. It's like, I just seriously, have we really gotten to this? But you know, yeah, that kind of budget, yeah. But you know, it's such a huge thing. It's an industrial problem. Yeah. Gerald and I and other actors too, we talked about, you know, forming a union and stuff, but how effective
last time ESA, remember?
Yeah. How effective is it and all that. It's just, you know, at the end of the day, I think all this situation is out of your control because there's so many other things, policy level, you know, and all the rest of it. But if you really want to pursue this, then just go with it. And like what J.K. Simmons said, if you can find something else to do it, then do it to give you happiness because life's too short. Acting is seriously just a part of life. You find something you enjoy. You know, I love acting; it's my passion. I've looked back at the journey I made, and I can say that I'm happy. And if it has to end there, it ends there. But it's not the end of the world. It really isn't.
I'm so happy, but poor happy. I'm rich in other areas.
Oh, yeah, unless you come from a well-to-do family and other stuff.
Singapore do have the second national production, media production, SPH. So why they close it up?
Sorry, I didn't get
SPH.
Media Works.
Why did they close it down? Because they was. So we go back to Singapore's market being very small, 2 TV stations. I think they felt like they were sharing advertisers' dollars, so they had to close one down. I mean, that was the reason that they all were given anyway. So.
If that's the case, that means if they are so big, they can subsidize from their other profit to the media production.
That's what we all think.
Yeah, and then, how those people will come and buy and sell, fund themselves to survive. So that's a big question. I think it's more important.
Actually, back in those days, right, we actually had a lot better production going on, right? Wouldn't you say? We had Singapore Shakes and a lot of interesting productions. Because of the competition, it was good actually, and it made MediaCorp really sit up and wake up and realize, oh, we cannot just be complacent because MediaWorks was actually churning out some pretty good stuff. And so that was, I think, our happy days.
Yeah, like wow. And then of course,
now they go back to sleep again.
Yeah lah, no.
I think it's because they're also importing productions from like Korea, Hong
which
Kong.
is cheaper than to actually produce.
Yeah, but I'm just comparing with Singapore's scene and Hong Kong in terms of film production and productions in the media space. I think Hong Kong, they are more, I don't know, it's more entrepreneurial. And yes, they are on their own, but they see themselves as an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurs, I guess, they are big risk takers, and if their handout's good. If not, I'm going to look for my own. They seem to have some
resilience,
hunger, than compared to,
And they get to take risks, like you said.
Yeah, very, very big risk takers, I feel.
In Singapore, if you talk to potential investors, they'll ask you, what's the ROI? And it's like, hello, it's a film, how do I promise you an ROI on it? So it's tough.
I find that the scene in Hong Kong, it's very vibrant. you know, it's just look at the episodes. Like today, this production can be talking about abalone. Tomorrow is about, you know, the aviation sector. But in Singapore, it's, you know, schools and quite domestic in terms of the storyline as well. So I think it's the entire industry.
I'd like to add though, you know, this like Hollywood and Hong Kong and China and everything, they have a long history. So I think they have that history where Singapore is young, still very much so. I can't speak much for the TV, you know, side of stuff, but in theatre I see a lot of growth. It's developing. So hopefully some kind of osmosis or whatever process can happen there and bring about a change within the TV world. Because even at film too, there's a lot of changes. MT is giving out a lot of grants for short films, but it's a good start. Putting our directors out there into the international markets and selling their films so they get a taste and everything. So
what annoys me about that is that you always have to wait for like one big
Anthony Chen
before they want to put in the money. Hello, if you don't give them the chance to fail, you don't support them in their efforts to fail, they'll never get there, you know. But
it's the same with like IE Singapore, EDB. They just want to put the best bet.
Correct,
correct. The higher chance of returns. I think maybe it's a policy cultural thing.
I think it's very much a cultural thing, the fear of failure.
Yeah.
And that's why I think
But unfortunately, something else has happened now. That I think the censorship is they're tightening up now. Recently, they were opened up. I did a TV pilot recently. There were a lot of things that needed to be taken out. That I think they have become they're tightening up now again. Even in theatre, a lot of questions are being asked to see. Whereas,
as in censorship, or
yeah, indirect and you know.
I think Singapore is not doing a very good job in R&D kind of job. A-Star Media is actually R&D.
Yeah.
A-Star actually we spend 2 to 3% of GDP in the A-Star account. We are not doing a good job. Right? If you're looking at a certain ROI, you don't focus, and that's one of that.
Also, to your earlier question, I think it's very interesting now. Amy, I'm sure you're feeling that too. That when people are like trying to cast for films, they're not casting actors like yourselves with like, you know, with proven track record. They who can actually act. They are casting people with followers. So you could be like a serial killer with a gazillion followers. You will be the one that will get cast because we want all your followers. I mean, okay, being a serial killer.
That's why I find that social media network really can cause, like, you know, being an actress or actor, you are actually a center of influence. So if you do have like 100,000 followers on your fan page,
but not all actors even have a Facebook page because a lot of us actually like our privacy, believe it or not. Yeah. So a lot of us actually don't want to be out there, and but the thing is that it's those people with a lot of followers who now MediaCorp's casting direction is to cast people with a lot of followers. Can act or not, never mind. Look good on picture, best, can read.
The bloggers go up, you see.
Huh?
The bloggers.
The bloggers.
They get it. Yeah. But I feel that you can still keep your privacy, you know, even on social media. I just interviewed someone who is a teacher for 5 years, and she was divorced with 2 kids, and she went into social media, and in 10 months she earned almost $500,000. You know, but she's not into the media, as in acting area, but she's just a nutritionist. She decided to be that nutritionist authority figure online, and she started to attract a lot of interest and friends and likes and fans. You know, who will follow her, and then she'll just slot in this. Would you like to attend my nutrition course for flat tummy or whatever? And then that's where she gets her traction and her income. You know, then she went on Surya channel. Radio, you know, I feel that, hey, that is a great possibility for any public figure.
Yeah, I think that's great that she found a niche for herself. But what I'm saying is that MediaCorp would actually offer someone like her a leading role in the next drama. So acting may not be her forte, but because she has a gazillion followers, she's going to be the next leading lady.
So is there a possibility for current actors and actresses to
go
go
out
that
there
way?
and market ourselves using the website as, you know,
Yeah, we have to make a
office
office
space.
Run a workshop.
Actually, for that, because you see, the product is ourselves.
Sorry,
for
before
the-
you continue, I think, sorry, just to cut over, but you can continue later. I think the difficulty with that, I don't know whether Deborah feels the same way too, is there's this whole thing about my integrity as an actor. I don't feel like I want to sell myself to get so and so number of followers so that I want my work to stand. And that's another process to think through. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's just, you know.
Is there a way to find that balance? To get people to know you and your work and your values in the trade, at the same time you are still integrous to your own values and principles.
Yeah.
Is there a way, just like Steve Jobs at Apple? You know, people follow Steve Jobs, and then at the end, Apple sales continued. You know, when he was around. So, do you think there's a way to balance this?
There might be. That's why
I
the
think
journey
like-
continues.
I think Amy are doing it in the right way. Like, you know, you've got Fly to take care of the public aspect of your life, and that's great. But not all actors have an agent to, you know, manage us. Partly because the pie is really so small, so a lot of us feel that Singapore is such a small place anyway, so we don't have agents lah. But yeah, so that there is a way you can hire an agent to take care of that for you, so you don't touch your private life. That's possible.
Sorry, you can continue.
Well, I'm just saying that actually Amy can, or any actors can actually get themselves out there through Vidsi, through YouTube. No, like Vidsi recently, they started posting videos, touching videos or works of people, and the directors get noted, the actors get noted, and they got thousands of hits. One of my colleague, Michael Chua, who is an actor who acted in Hatakaki and got some awards, and then I think Michael Lee, they had the gifts, and then some of the video was actually viral hit. So you can actually get publicity if you put your and by posting on Facebook, which you need to have someone to manage for you, your work that you have done, and then I'm sure when you have you'll see people coming to at you as a friend and stuff, and then people will recognize you. And the more work you do, the more recognized you are out there. You definitely have to get work out there for people to see.
Yeah.
And the best platform is social media right now, Instagram, YouTube, whatever that's online. So that's one way actors can get known. In the past, no way. You're either on TV or only in cinema or your play. No one will know your work. There's no YouTube. That was the past. Right now, actually, if you manage yourself well, you can get your work out there for actors. It's exactly what the bloggers are doing. Just that bloggers write things. Actors, we act, we show our project out there, our video out there, we get known for that. But of course, it's not easy. I mean, you need to work with you need to work with producers, and like my friend Jerry Ho, he come up with his own Balong Long YouTube video with all the skits and stuff that he does. Also get hits. So these are ways that you can get known. All the ways.
I think some of you to Russia.
Yeah, soon.
But any last comments?
So what was your first big break with you on TV? Because I remember you acting in Growing Up and First Touch, and I thought that like you were very popular at that time. I was very young, so I couldn't really remember much. But
That was my first big break.
yeah,
Growing up, yeah. And it happened by, chance to, I was called up to ask to go for an audition after I dropped my older boy off at his kindergarten. And he said, hey, we're looking for Andrew Xiao, a potential wife for Andrew Xiao, Gary's character in Growing Up. Would you like to come by and audition it? And they had my records in the computer because I was one of the contestants at Fame Awards. Not the Lisa Ang one, the one with Peter Pern. Yeah, so they have my records there, so they called me up and I went there totally unprepared. But it's one of those things again, which is also, you know, what I believe in. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. And I actually auditioned with Andrew in the flesh. It's my first time meeting him too. I was like, oh my gosh, no one told me that he was going to be here and he was going to audition with me. But I got the role and yeah.
How did the fame of that growing up help you in your career? Does it or does it not help you?
Well, I think it, you know, when I was doing it then, I didn't feel like it helped me at all. I just felt like this was what I wanted to do and I'm so happy. I remember sitting at that Tuas location shoot and I said, yes! I could feel it in my bones and my breath that this is, you know, I'm achieving what I set out to do. But after that, it was just work and making sure I remember my lines, so I was caught up in all that. I didn't think of the impact it had on my life then, because the main stars for me were Andrew, Irene, and you know the rest of Pete Tong, of course, Jamie, and all that. It was only, I think, later that you know people walk up to me and go, hey, growing up, so okay. Then it started to be like, okay, people actually noticed me in that show. And then, I think I'm still feeling the impact of it now. When they have reruns and stuff, people actually still come up to me. And I do get other roles because of growing up. And also because of growing up, I get typecast. But, you know, I'm not complaining about typecast at all. I'm just really happy to be getting the work. So, yeah, I think that was really my big break. Oh, sorry, one last question.
Just two. First is about family. How do you balance your family life with the passion? Number two, in 10 years from now, at 20 years, how do you visualize yourself?
Okay.
Because you said that you are the product. So 20 years, how do you visualize this product?
Okay, to answer the first question, balancing family and work is really, really tough with acting and with my family. It's always a constant crossroad. Should I take this project, or do I take this project that will put me in another country for like the next 3 weeks, you know? I mean, my husband knows this, and I'm really, really glad that my family supports me in this, because he always tells me, go, and I'm like, oh, I won't be sick. You know, the boys for stuff for weeks, but you know, those are the decisions that you make. It's not easy, but you do make them, and I do set perimeters. I won't be away for a year. That's like unthinkable. And again, if the work offers me the fee that is worth my time to be away from my family, then I'll do it. And if it's like a 3-month project, I'll set certain days where it's no touch zone. You know, so I do make pockets of time for my family. Moving on to the second question, which is a little bit more difficult to answer. How do I see myself in 10, 20 years down the road? I just want to be getting better at my craft. It's such a cliche to say that, but I really mean it. When I say better, means when I pick up a role, there are tools there. I trust myself. I can pull out things for myself, from my sense of self-worth, and not always, did I do a good job? Oh no, you know, this insecurity that I have in me, I don't want to be in that place. I really want to know that whatever I've done there and then is my best, and I've put a lot of work into it, and just let it go. To arrive at that place, yeah, that's where I want to arrive to. As to the other things that are happening around, you know.
Can I add to that? I think in 20 years' time, because of what you are, you will become a spokesman for drama education, especially for special education children, I think.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, because of what you do and what you carry.
And on behalf of the Curious Actor, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.